Good morning, room 113 and 115. And today is Mindful Monday. And this week we're going to focus on the life cycle of a plant, plants in general, and possibly a little bit of the signs of spring. So, welcome to the classroom, my kitchen, and the life cycle of a bean plant. And over here, I've got some little visuals all set up for us. And when we think about beans, we've done this in our classrooms before, possibly. Some of you may have never done this before. But a lot of us eat beans, and beans are the fruit of the bean plant. And we're going to talk about how that bean plant is created in a life cycle and repeats over and over again. And inside every bean are the little seeds here. And if you don't eat the beans, you can take the seeds out, let them dry. Here we have a seed. And then we can start the next life cycle. We can give the seed what it needs, usually some moisture and some warmth and a little sun, and it'll start to create a little sprout. And that little sprout will become the root, and that root will need some dirt to reach down into. And then once the root gets a good footing in that dirt, its stem will reach up towards the warmth and light and create two little leaves. After it creates those two little leaves, it'll begin to grow more leaves as it reaches to the sun. The stem will get a little sturdier. It'll continue to grow into a nice plant. And eventually that plant will get little flowers on it that will become the next beans. And the beans become the fruit of that plant. And once again, we start the life cycle over again. We have the bean. We can either eat them or start it all over by taking the little seeds out. So let's go over, and this is something that we would normally do in our classroom every year, and we're going to start the life cycle of our bean. And I happen to have some beans seeds left over from last year. So I'm just gonna take a few of them out. I usually try 4 or 5 because some of them don't always work. And I'm gonna get my paper towel. I'm gonna fold it in half. I'm gonna get it damp. Not too sopping wet, but good and damp. And then we're going to place the bean seeds in the paper towel. Fold that back over. And then we're going to place this wet paper towel with the bean seeds inside a sandwich baggie. And then we know that they needed to start the life cycle, they needed some moisture, and they're gonna need some warmth. So we're gonna hang this bag in a window that gets some good sunlight. And lo and behold, I already started some just for this class last week. And we'll go ahead and see what happens if we did it fairly right. I think I had my last baggie a little wetter than I needed. So I'm going to take this out, unfold, oh my goodness, and look at there. Just like in our visuals of our life cycle, here I have some little beans that have started their root and sprout system. Look at that. So now, because I want to continue this life cycle, I'm going to create a place for it to grow and give it the rest of what it needs. Now I'm only going to plant 2 of these because I only want 2 bean plants. So here I have some little pots. I already put a little bit of dirt in them. And I'm going to take my little bean plant and I'm gonna put it in the little spot in the dirt. I'm gonna take another one and I'm gonna put it in a little spot with the dirt. I want my roots to be able to go down into the ground. And then I'm going to cover my little bean plants up with some dirt because we need to give it everything that it needs so that we can continue its life cycle. So now I have the seed that's turned into a root and beginning to create a sprout. I've given it the dirt or soil that it needs. I'm going to give it a little more moisture. And then I'm going to sit it in the sun where it can get the warmth and the light that it needs to continue its life cycle. So, I want you guys, if you have things available to you, I want you to give that a try at home. And I know we don't all have the same resources at home, so just in case you're looking for an alternate way that you can start a plant with the same idea, all plants came from seeds, but what if we don't have any seeds? We might have another living plant in our home. And I happen to have another living plant in my home, and I cut a little vine with leaves off of it, and I stuck it in a nice glass of water. And here you can see that it started to grow its own root system again. So I've got a pot already ready, and I'm going to stick this part of a plant already with its own little root system beginning in some dirt. And there we have it. Another opportunity to grow a plant at home just in case we don't have any bean seeds. So this is your lesson for Monday, to either start a life cycle of a bean seed or possibly create another plant in an alternative way. And there will be a link to a lesson on Scholastic that you can also build a plant and watch some more life cycle videos. And I will also have attached some PDFs that I would like you to either print off and do, or you can look at them if you don't have the way to print them off and answer the questions. What comes first when we create our life cycle? We can name the parts of a plant, and we can also practice knowing what plants need and our writing skills. We know that all plants are going to need water, sun, air, and soil. Okay, all right, and I want you to like the video when you've seen it and post a picture of one of the options that you've done. And most importantly, I want you to have a fabulous day and know that I love you and we all miss you. Bye-bye.